And we have breaking news, a pursuit out of Orange County, and Desmond Shaw is live overhead in SkyCal. Okay, Des, I already see some flame sparks coming from this vehicle.
Oh, yeah. We'll see how much longer this one can go, Pat. This looks like a late model Honda Accord right here. It was just wanted for simple traffic violations. It was actually Seal Beach PD that started this, so way down in Orange County. Now here we are leaving the Lincoln Park area, northbound 5, going right by Dodger Stadium. All kinds of sparks coming out of this vehicle. They've already collided with at least one other car. It looks like he could lose control at any second.
Oh, dear.
It's not clear how many people are inside, but it was just a very simple traffic violation. It didn't sound like anything very serious, but for whatever reason, who knows what's going on behind the scenes. This suspect did not want to give up, and now they're endangering a lot of people. Like I said, they already crashed with one vehicle right. Oh, wow, flames all over the place.
Oh, my
Bursting
goodness.
into flames now. Oh, Mike, this guy has got to stop the car. This thing is so insanely dangerous. Just a fireball on the northbound 5 Golden State Freeway right by Dodger Stadium. How much longer can this go? I think that there's like serious damage to the vehicle with the crash that they got in. Unclear if the innocent people in that were injured or not, but somehow this vehicle continues after all those crazy flames we saw. This is a real wild one here, Pat, that's for sure.
There's no question. If there's more people in the car with this driver, that's just really for them to not insist at this point for this guy to pull over. He's not even trying to make an exit, which I find very unusual. Don't you, Desmond? Because that had to be really scary to see all those flames behind this vehicle. I mean, it had to affect the tires, everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the vehicle came to a stop. That's why it took us a second to find it, because, and CHP lost it for a second as well. And by the way, they've only been monitoring this one from the air. More and more smoke coming out of this vehicle. But they had stopped northbound 5 just north of like Mission Road for a second on the freeway, and I thought that was going to be it, but they decided to keep going, and they are really pushing this poor old Accord so hard. Probably going to total this old car, one of the most reliable vehicles ever made. It is just trying to go as a little bit farther, but I just imagine being behind this person on the freeway. We've got wide open conditions. You've got a black car here.
Well,
hopefully, everyone can see them and they don't slam into the rear end of this car. So getting into the gore point now, I think this is maybe finally going to be it. Northbound 5 here, so right at the 2. So we're stopped again. I think this vehicle is waving the white flag. But now they're in a really dangerous situation. Yep, and now out of the car, running across the connector lanes here. Boy, I hope he's not going to look at that. Oh, boy. Looked like he might have been trying to carjack somebody there.
Boy.
Out here running on lanes of the northbound 5 on the connector. So dangerous. Hopefully people will see him illuminated, but get out of the roadway. This guy's got to get out of the roadway right now. And again, no units yet, but oh, boy. I hope he's not going to try to carjack somebody.
Is that something in his hand, Desmond? Maybe a phone or something? You see in his right hand?
Yeah, I think it's a phone, and so there's where we doubled in. It looks like a phone. They were on it earlier, and now he's kind of on it again. And I'm still not seeing any authorities. I don't know, Dylan, can you see? I'm talking to my pilot, Dylan, if he can. Dylan doesn't see any ground units from any law enforcement agency on this one. I think there's a traffic backup, Dylan, saying that they're going to have to try to get through. So, this person's got a ton of time, and we covered a lot of ground. Again, this came out of Orange County, coastal Orange County, up here in the Glassell Park area, northbound 5, right of the 2. Looks like he's exchanging some words with the helicopter up here. Let's see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, that's not you, is it, Des? Or is that the? Did you say there was a helicopter overhead, law enforcement? Well, he's got his hands up. Maybe I wonder if that's he's trying to stop traffic, or hopefully.
Well, here we go. And let's see,
there they go.
This is going to be,
okay.
This is going to be, so now we've got authorities here finally. Looks like this is LAPD that's maybe coming here. And, okay, now laying down and lanes of the freeway. But, boy, I thought for sure this was going to end with this vehicle wiping out into a big fireball. And incredibly, after all of that. But so now they're going to be blocking lanes. And again, I believe this is LAPD that came in, but it was CHP, or rather Seal Beach PD that started all of this. But we've got this lone unit that's out here right now. But they're probably going to wait for backup before they make any movements. They're going to want at least a few other law enforcement officers here to take the suspect into custody and just make sure there's no one else in the car. and we haven't seen anybody else. So we think it's just the one suspect, but you never know.
Well, Desmond, we just showed a picture of that fireball that car really exploded moments ago. And I remember when you were talking about we don't know if there's more than one person in the vehicle. I thought after looking at this, if there was, that I would do my best to say, hey, you got to pull over or stop and let me out at least. But now that you see one person, you also have to wonder, like, what's going through your mind that you just got stopped for a traffic violation and you're continuously trying to drive with the car that's on fire. That's just pretty remarkable.
Yeah, just a super desperate situation, that's for sure. I mean, what else was going on here, underneath the surface that makes you get this aggressive and risk your own life and everyone else's, that, you're not just going to pull over and take a traffic ticket? Is there almost certainly other stuff going on? I do want to make a correction here. I had said this is LAPD, but it is actually Seal Beach PD, the unit that I believe initiated all of this, and they had handed it over to CHP when they got on the freeway. CHP took it over leaving Anaheim, northbound 5 around the 91 is where we first heard about that, and now he's out here. He's just kind of almost like, okay, come and get me. I give up. I've had my fun. That was a heck of a. Wow, just a situation with that flaming vehicle. But, at least the vehicle didn't end up engulfed in flames. It was looking like that was going to be the case. But, so, I don't know. Maybe there still will be some salvaging for this poor old Honda. Those really are great old cars.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, we're feeling sorry for the Honda. You know something, Des? I'm wondering, they haven't approached him yet. I see one officer out, I guess with his gun drawn. See two vehicles,
yes,
but
we've got,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they may still be waiting for. Here we go. Now we've got looks like a motor officer, a few other CHP coming in. I think they just wanted a few more. They don't ever want to handle one of these situations, just one of them or two of them. They want to make sure that they go in with sufficient force, because you just have to take so many different things into account. And even though so far we've been thinking it's only the one, now they're just probably going to have a little conference here, and I imagine they're going to move in pretty quickly. And yeah, here we go. I think they're getting ready to move up. It looks like, yeah, they wanted at least one more person there. So 3 will go up, take the suspect, and then go and clear the vehicle as well. And hopefully, as long as they don't find anything crazy in the car or anybody else, then we will be at a code 4 here shortly.
Well, again, very strange encounter here that someone just wanted for a traffic stop would go through all that trouble to destroy the vehicle and, as you say, endanger other people, including themselves. And this finally comes to a stop. Is he trying to wrestle?
Yeah, a little tussle there. Not, yeah, still kind of resisting there. The officer, definitely some choice words being said with Seal Beach. Yeah, look at this guy. Jeez, he is not going peacefully here. They had to escort him to the ground right there into the slow lane of the northbound 5, get him on the ground. Now he's down. They really have him pinned down. I'm sure that didn't feel good.
I'm sure it didn't.
They've come over and they are checking the vehicle now, and they just want to pop the trunk, make sure there's nothing in there. Okay, nobody in the trunk. So essentially a code 4 as far as the vehicle. Let's go back to the suspect and see if they're going to chill out a little bit here before they head off in handcuffs. But yeah, did not want to give up. Or
before he gets a dose of Act Right.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, considering all the trouble to wrestle with officers, you would think, well, if you're not doing anything wrong necessarily, you'd stop and explain it to them. Okay, what are you stopping me for? What are you following me for? If it's just a traffic violation. But they were pretty upset about this.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some aggravated charges coming there with what we just saw there in the last minute. The officer had to kind of get him, pin him down on the ground like that. So looks like he's looking up at the helicopter. He might have given half a peace sign to CHP's helicopter earlier. They were the only ones that were watching this one for quite some time. You saw how long it took for the ground units to catch up once the vehicle stopped. And there was at least, actually, now that I'm pretty sure I heard there were 2 crashes. There was one that seemed to do the most damage at the East LA interchange on the northbound 5, but there was also another one on the 5, I think I heard around Cesar Chavez, that may have been a minor fender bender. But, you had 2 collisions. You had a car burst into flames, and definitely could have gone south in a hurry, not just for the suspect, but for a lot of other innocent people out here. So now it's going to be just kind of a bit of a traffic fiasco here until CHP gets this vehicle off the roadway and reopening lanes, but definitely going to have a backup building here northbound 5 as you come out of Boyle Heights until all this is over.
All right, well, we hope people are, oh yeah, that looks horrible. That's when we're looking at that shot from Dylan there. So that's a heavy, here's another shot though, Dylan. We're showing when he got out of the car and almost looked like he wanted to carjack someone and started running on the northbound 5 freeway. Again, just the behavior here is highly suspect in itself.
We've seen that. We've definitely seen it happen way too many times where you get a suspect, they get out, and someone comes driving along, and they, maybe to them who just came up, they look like, you know, a disabled motorist or something, not realizing how dangerous this person is. And we've definitely seen carjackings happen before. It looked like he came up to the back of that blue car and was like trying to get in the back, but they drove away. So was not successful if that's what they were trying to do. But we've definitely seen it before, and again, just another example of how much worse this could have ended up. As they are really kind of taking a fine-tooth comb there to this late model Accord.
And something that started as a traffic violation, now they're God knows how many charges that are pending against this person now, considering what's happened.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough night for him, no doubt about that.
All right, well, Des, again, thank you so much for covering this from the air. And again, if you're traveling on the northbound 5, you know, in Elysian Valley, you're going to have quite a bit of traffic on the freeway there before this is cleared. So thanks again, Des.
All right, you got it.
All right.